Hello guys and welcome to this video. This is the 2016 year review, and let's get right into it. There's a lot that has happened this year. 2016, it may have not been the best of years, I'll say that, because we've lost unfortunately a fair few famous people, but for me it's been a interesting and awesome year, and also quite a moving year. So yeah, first of all I'd like to start off by thanking all of you guys for making all of this possible, as in vlogs and just the interaction on social media and stuff. It really does mean a lot. So 2016 for me, it started off with a launch of a song which George, Mahan and I launched, called Someday. We launched a demo first, which wasn't completely public until after we launched the actual song, and yeah, so that started off the year for us, which was quite a nice high point of the year to start off. And George and I and Mahan, we were all really excited to launch it, and yeah, we got a good response, and to the extent that people were seeing it in our DT class and all of that. And yes, if you guys are watching, you probably remember that. And to the point where the DT teacher was just like, so what's this song that people have been singing? And I had to tell him that it was the song that we launched and made, and yeah, so nice high point of the year to start it off. Then we moved on to house art at my school, which we have to decorate the house on a certain theme, or and this year it was like forensics and mass murder mystery theme, and CSI, that sort of style. So we set out to create that sort of theme, where we had all of the photos, and yeah, it was really nicely done, and yeah, we won. And yeah, it was a proud moment for us as a boarding house. We were proud and happy that we won, because it was our last year. So yeah, it's great, because the girl who was leading it all, definitely deserved to win, along with our house, because the amount of effort she put into it was phenomenal. So yeah, congratulations. That was brilliant, and it was a good fun project. So then that led me on to recording more bits and pieces of music and launching, little music videos of recordings of me playing on the organs, different organs and stuff, because I didn't have, much content, as it were, to suddenly launch, because I wasn't recording anything for a while, because I obviously had mocks at school and I had to revise, and so I was taking ready-made recordings that I had and hadn't put online and launching those. So that kept me active on that front while I was working away for my A-levels. Around February, I attended a Royal College of Organists course, where I went to the Royal Academy of Music and played on the great big Ray Cooper organ and Elton John organ. And that was brilliant, because I basically got a chance to have a bash on it, and got some very technical advice, which was good, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So thereafter I launched more music videos as per usual, and recordings of music, because I was busy with revising and sitting exams and doing coursework. was what my organ teacher and I loved to call curse work, because, well, my old organ teacher, because, you know, you might as well have fun while you go about your daily life. So yeah, curse work, it was a new thing, and you know, it took a lot of time. So yeah, once I had done all of that, it came to the point where I had finished my project, which was a practical bit of curse work, and yeah, I put it to the test, and that's when I put a YouTube video online on my channel, as you may have seen, of me actually playing on my organ bench, which I built for my A2 DT curse work. And yeah, that was great fun building that, because, you know, organs, I really do enjoy playing organs, and, you know, all of that. And yeah, for those of you, you know, I know who's probably laughing at this right now. But yeah, anyway, yeah, then, like, before that, like, before all of the curse work submissions and that testing, I was actually, you know, we had my grandmother's death anniversary, which was on the 16th May, and yeah, we lost her in 2015, so it was a 1-year death anniversary. And what I did for that was I went to spend time, plenty of time in the chapel that day, and I lit some candles, and yeah, you know, and my friends were very understanding of who I made at the school. At the beginning of the year I made some brand new friends, and, you know, yeah, so they were quite understanding and supportive, which was really nice. And yeah, then that takes me on to, you know, going into the Easter break, which was a horrible holiday, because that was when we were literally, you know, cramming and trying to finish revision, because we go straight into our actual A-levels after the Easter holidays. We went straight in, and so I did actually get a bit of a break, as in I played a service for my local church, and I did upload a recording of me playing there, and yeah, it was a good fun project, and the first time I'd played a full service on my own without the help of my old organ teacher or any, you know, musician. It was just me, and the vicar did hop onto the guitar for some of the modern hymns, which was quite nice too, because I was revising and busy working for my A-levels, so I didn't have that much content going up at that point. But then, moving on, at this point I was sitting all of my exams, and, you know, one by one finishing them off, the actual A-levels, and then the 20th, and that's when I completely finished my A-levels. That was the last exam, which I can remember was physics, or as I like to call it, Chisix, with my old organ teacher, and God, physics was hard. It was difficult, but it was such relief to finish it all that day, and I was feeling so, like, excited, but at the same time a bit, you know, I don't know, a bit nervous, a bit sad, you could say. And yeah, so that, you know, was finished, and then I went out for a nice dinner with my friends, thanks to my mum, and yeah, it was nice to celebrate the end of exams with a dinner. And yeah, the next day I went straight into a leavers recital. I performed a whole, I think it was an hour and a half or so of music as a leavers recital by myself. I basically played the organ, I sang, and I also played the Carol on Bells, which we had at our school, while everyone was having tea in our housemaster's garden. And yeah, our housemaster kindly, hosted the tea in his garden, which I'm really grateful for him, for doing that. So yeah, thank you very much if you're watching, sir. And thank you to all of my teachers who, made that event possible, like the director of music and my organ teacher and my singing teacher, all of them. And yeah, really did appreciate it. It made it very special for me, that last final performance recital. And so yeah, that was straight in after A-levels, which was, quite a short period of time to make sure I was prepped and ready for that. So then what we called Artifacts came along on the 22nd to the 26th. That was basically a whole arts festival, where there was about 50 events within a week, and literally my job in all of that was to go around recording the whole of Artifacts. And I know that sounds a lot. I thankfully had a couple of helpers who were always, there to help. Like, for instance, some very key main helpers were Brandon, Ben, Max, and Alex, of course, and yeah, Tom and Henry, they occasionally helped, and Gabriel and them, and yeah, I did have a good crowd of people who did help, but yeah, sometimes it left me running around in, a crazy fashion, but it was fun. So that went on, and after that, I had a week of being in school where I spent it sort of spending time with my friends who were still at school, while like most of my year, I think probably all of my year, apart from one other guy in the whole of my year, I think we were the only two in the actual school out of our year, because they'd all gone on study leave, or so-called study leave, because we're allowed to sort of, take off after A-levels and completely move out. So I stuck around because I loved the school campus and loved, spending time with my friends, and I wanted to spend time with my friends who were still at the school and just enjoy the facilities there. So I found things to do, like making a plaque for the belfry, and just helping move things around which needed to be sorted before I left, and yeah, spending time with people I really enjoyed spending time with, and playing the organ in the chapel and doing all of that. And yeah, fairly quickly it came towards the end of term, or the end of year should I say, and that's when it all started to hit me that this was all over. School was finished, like we were finished. It was quite a big thing for me to take in at that point, and I remember I was feeling quite unhappy because I didn't want to leave, obviously, because I loved that place. I still love it to this day. It's a wonderful place, and one thing you realise when you live at school, it becomes your home for 5 years, which it did for me. So moving out of that home with all of the memories you've formed in that place is difficult, because it's like it's a home. And let's see if I can remember this saying properly. So a house is made out of bricks and mortar, but a home is made out of love. And so I know it sounds cheesy and everything, but you know, that's what the school was. It was like, it was a massive community, and a very tight-knit community, which was nice. And yeah, so it took me a while to realise that, you know, here we are at the end of the road for school. Like, as soon as we finished school, we had our last chapel service. I was kindly allowed to play by my organ teacher the very last bit of, you know, the entry when people were entering. Very last bit of that, I was kindly allowed to give a little recital then, to symbolise the, you know, the ending of my time at the school. And yeah, I ended it with, like, I played a couple of songs, but I ended it with a real tearjerker, and that was Caresse sous l'océan. Some of you may know it from the film La Choriste, and yeah, that was such a moving bit of music when I played it then and there, because it was like, I'm done, sort of thing. And yeah, it was quite moving. Moving quite swiftly on, that evening we were flying straight to Sri Lanka. So yeah, I didn't have much time, you know, feeling down about it all, because we were flying back to Sri Lanka. Although on the plane I did, you know, feel like I missed, you know, everyone. But yeah, so we got there, unpacked, you know, visited the family, visited friends, and then George comes to stay, which was really nice. We, you know, went to hotels, did all of that, and yeah, had a good time there. Then we, you know, had our holidays. Then after that, we flew back home here to England, and I saw Henry when I got back, because I knew I missed him a lot, and he missed all of us and the school. So we got back together, and I went to work back at my old school for a week, which was really nice, in the alumni club, helping them build websites and, you know, do that sort of thing for the old boy community, which was really nice. And yeah, I did also go and spend time with George for a bit, and also after that I went to the famous Hammerwood Park with Max, and that was really nice too. We went and had a look at some of the organs, because one of them was causing a bit of an issue, and yeah, it was good to spend a day with Max. And yeah, then I hit another milestone in my time, and that was going to the University of Kent Summer School, which was absolutely brilliant. It was running from the 7th to the 10th September, and that's when I met most of my university friends I know to this day, like, you know, Isaac, Shannon, Harley, Ion, and yeah, many others. I met on summer school, and it was brilliant. We had a great time making a new song, and yeah, it's great. And then after that week, we had like a week off, and then we went straight into uni on the 17th September, which was, you know, quite a you know, shock, because you have to adjust to uni life. You know, even though I was used to living away from home, so I went to a boarding school, you have to cook for yourself now, you have to clean, you have to do all of that, and you know, it's sort of nice to have that sort of aspect to it. Then, like, after a week of being at uni, I went back to my old school for the alumni day, where I did help the alumni club run it a bit, and yeah, it was great fun. And yeah, I went back for that day, then went back the next day, and you know, one of my friends called Isaac, that you've seen in my vlogs a fair bit, one of my really good friends, we went to watch him and his band gig in London at the Alley Cat, which was great fun because it, got us all, a couple of us together to go to London and, spend the evening there. Then we did actually film a Halloween special, which went down very well with everyone. And yeah, we got some really nice comments, well, actual verbal comments, and so yeah, that was all good. We also had the Halloween party then too, on Halloween evening, and yeah, that's when we screened the Halloween special for everyone who was at the party on the projector. At midnight we screened it, and yeah, unfortunately poor Isaac wasn't there at the time, but I recorded the reaction for him that we got from everyone. But yeah, it was good. And then we went home for reading week, and that's when I went to the BFI in the middle of that week with Emma and Isaac to watch the Gregory Porter documentary, which was absolutely amazing. We also got to meet the man himself, Gregory Porter, which was brilliant. And yeah, and then we we did have also come back from reading week and filmed the Remembrance special, which was good, really nice. And I did see some old friends from my old school, like Henry and Alfred, during that week when I was away from uni. And then when I got back to uni, we were straight into work again, with more deadlines and stuff. And there were uni trips, which was quite nice. We went to the Hideaway Jazz Club in London for an evening, and we also went to a gamelan workshop in South Bank also. Yeah, we carried on having fun, having music society evenings every Tuesday, which was great. And yeah, we also had to say a farewell to Cooper's, the student bar that we ran music society in, because it's closing down now because a new student hub is opening, which is going to be interesting and nice. So yeah, roll on the montage. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Please do give it a thumbs up, and then comment down below, and yeah, and also subscribe too, if you like, to keep up to date and see the new content go up. And yeah, once again, thank you very much for a brilliant 2016, and yeah, thank you to all of my friends and family and everyone for making this year as great as it can be with everything going on, and made some brilliant new friends, kept in touch with my good old friends, and yeah, wish you all the best for 2017. See you guys in the next video.